Jack might be bang on the money about Roper being behind this.
You're also working on getting some starting money to get investments going with someone I met who's been doing investments for 7 years in Forex trading.
Signal set. Seems you might be clear of the blues.
I'm definitely a fan of investing, but I think that this market is the most bananas crazy market that we've seen in our lifetimes. I'm assuming you're around the same age as me, but even if you're 40, it's still the most insane crazy market we've seen in our lifetimes.
Oh boy, blues going into the subway. You gotta go deeper, Faith.
Like, the closest analogy I can give to what is happening right now is like Tulip Mania in the Netherlands in like 1400. It's actual madness. Bitcoin is, like, you got cryptocurrency, which is, it's not even, like, as good as the dot-com crisis, because at least in the dot-com bubble, there were actual companies that existed technically, right? And right now, there's, like, cryptocurrencies that are worth tons of money, technically, according to the stock market, that barely even exist. I am like a pronounced bear when it comes to crypto. I think that any investment in which the FDA could just, not the FDA, but any investment which the Federal Reserve could one day demolish with a single statement is not a good investment, right? Like, if the Fed came out one day, or the President Biden, whatever, said something like, I don't like steel, then it's like, okay, that's not good for steel, but technically it doesn't matter what he says. Steel exists, right? Meanwhile, if President Biden said, yeah, the speculation about cryptocurrencies is crazy, it doesn't even really exist, I'm ordering the SEC to regulate it and make sure that it can't be sold in the United States, all of that money that people have in crypto is going to disappear so fast, it's going to be shocking. Now, I don't know if that's actually going to happen, right? But the mere chance that it could happen makes it, in my mind, the absolute riskiest investment in the market right now. 26? Okay, yeah, so you're like around the same age as me. At the same time, I think I'm a big believer in the inflation trade, in thinking that inflation is going to heat up, that it's going to potentially go out of control, and that the Fed isn't going to do anything to stop it. So I think we are heading for one of, if not the worst economy any of us have ever seen. Oh wow, those guys got ran over by the train. Feels bad. Oh man, their like body parts are spread out. Oh no, it is just one guy. Okay. That feels bad though. Like, what is happening right now, and I'm thinking about getting into investing too, by the way. I just don't have enough money to actually like invest anything. I've got like $1 in a Robinhood app. In Robinhood app. But what is happening right now is the stock market is so high. So many people are making so much money that everyone is getting into it. If you have any money, people are like, yeah, why would I put my money into savings when I can just put it in the stock market and make tons of money? And this is the same thing that happened in before 1929, which is stock market speculation became absolutely nuts. Everyone and their moms and their grandmas basically investing money into the stock market to try to make tons of money. And I think that we are building a bubble that is very large, and when it collapses is going to be destructive, if not like next Great Depression destructive. I'm gonna jump. Okay, we're good. I have been researching finances for a long time. Now one of the few areas that I haven't been looking into is Forex. So I can't like exactly say what trades in Forex I think are going to be like really good or not. But that being said, like right now there's tons and tons of people who are like, oh yeah, we're entering the next 1920s. We're going to be hitting this huge boom. And the way I think the market is reacting is I don't think the market is acting like we're hitting the next boom. I think the market is acting like right before the 1929 crash, and that a lot of people are very confused about what these economic indicators and stock market indicators mean.
Nice work, kiddo. Real nice.
Like,
If you get any more trouble, select on a
like
shot.
right now, tons of stock,
Yeah.
like tons of mutual funds are making tons of money, and all of the mutual funds have like the same top 10 stocks in them. I want to start growing my investment. Okay, he's offering 80-20 split with minimum 10% growth over a month session. 10% growth over a month session? It's a Ponzi scheme. Instantly, I know. There's no way in hell he's getting. It's a Ponzi scheme, or more likely, it's too dumb to be a Ponzi scheme. He's just taking money.
Gonna pay a visit.
80-20 split with a minimum 10% growth over a month session. Absolutely ridiculous. There is no way that's happening. If he was that good, he would be Bill
The
Gates.
city's different now.
I can absolutely guarantee you.
Keep thinking of my folks.
10% growth in a year is considered, like, good.
Mom and Dad were friends with Pope.
That's considered good
Protests,
on Wall Street.
Lobbied the mayor. Took me and
You know,
Dad on marches.
15% is ridiculously amazing in a year. 10% in a month? I don't even know the math on that. That's like, in a year, what would that
She
be?
was killed during the downtown
That'd
riots.
be so ridiculous.
Protest marches that went bad.
That's rough.
After that, we, well, pretty much fell apart. Dad never forgave himself, and I left home soon after. Guess I never really forgave him either.
That's when you met Merc?
A
He
day?
caught me, breaking into his place.
No kidding.
10% in a day.
He offered to train me. Felt like a good way off the streets, so I took it. Not much else going for me.
What you're doing now, Faith, is the fastest way to get yourself killed.
They got my sister involved, Sel, and I need to clear her name.
What is he trading?
I owe her that much.
Heroin?
I'll survive. That's what we do.
Survival is overrated. You need to live a little, too.
Hey, you want to come with me tomorrow? Could use the help.
Can't. Drake's got me on the job. Says I've been slacking. Look.
Yeah,
I've got-
best advice I can give.
fine.
If it seems too good to be true,
Get going.
chances are it is.
Faith.
Yeah, there's a 1% chance that the guy's a mastermind level genius who's absolutely cracked the market and can make you free money. And a 99% chance he is running a Ponzi scheme.
The New Eden Mall should be ahead of you.
And
Watch
not
it.
very good at it
Callahan
because it's not even a
on some kind
believable
of
Ponzi
campaign
scheme.
drive about. A few streets
So
away,
I
there are
would be-
roadblocks all over the place.
I would be extremely careful about how much money you invest with the guy. Extremely careful, because those, yeah. I personally wouldn't give this guy a dime,
Should be a way up onto the
but
overpass.
absolutely no more than 1,000. If you give this guy your life savings, I can almost guarantee you it'll leave him out. There's so many questions I would ask. First off, how many clients do you have?
Why
That's
is
a big
humming?
one.
More blues on the way.
Like, what is the total size of your fund? That's a big one, right?
Get down track 4.
I want to see
Back
earnings
that way.
statements for your
Should be
fund
an
for
alley
the last,
close
like,
by there.
5
Get
years
back on the
minimum.
roads where you belong.
I want to see... Can I make this? No. I was like,
The alley's right there, see it?
the timing on that was so perfect. I was like, can I make it? Maybe I can make it. And maybe I theoretically could have, but that was really, really tight. Pretty good finding out and starting with scam, starting with 500. Okay, yeah, that's pretty smart. Yeah, start with 500. See what happens. But, yeah, it's... Everything about it sounds... It screams scam to me. But I mean, you know, it's also, you said you knew this guy. So, if this is a guy that you're like, oh no, he's rock solid. I knew him and he was a straight shooter. He would never ever lie. He would never take anyone's money. The guy was like Mother Teresa, then, you know, that's one thing, right? And that changes sort of the equation on what you're thinking too.
Blue's moving to the roofs ahead. Looks like you're gonna have a fight on your hands.
You know, I probably have like maybe 2 or 3 people I know where if they came to me with that sort of deal, I'd be like, okay. And the rest of them I'd be like, yeah, no thanks. Crap. Okay, where's the gun? Okay. Oh crap. I didn't think they'd go up the ladder. That was weird. You know, just use your judgment and keep in mind that, like, you know, I don't know, that's just, you know, that's the best advice I can give you. I'm thinking of getting into trading myself and investing myself. The difference being that I'm going to do it myself. Like, I'm going to, you know, I'm not going to use a money manager or investment manager. I'm just going to make the trades myself and figure out what I like and what I don't like. And maybe that means I make a little less money, right? It's definitely possible. But I will, I think, feel a little bit more secure knowing that the trades are my own. You know, and it'll take weeks or months of research to try to figure out what's a good trade, what's not, what do I like, what don't I like. And I can only do that once I actually have some money, which I don't. Not really. You know, like I said, I have $700 in my checking account.
You're close to the mall, Fade.
I don't know. I think, though, that the entire... I think right now the economy is about as unstable as it's ever been. We've got a higher trade deficit than we've ever had in American
Get
history.
plugged out. You should be able to get to the mall without being shot at.
The government keeps, you know, printing money as if there's no tomorrow. And I think that we are almost certain to hit... I think there's a good chance that by the end of the year we'll be hitting an average of 4% inflation over the year. Which is, like, monstrous. I don't know what the core CPI numbers are going to be, but they're going to be high. I'm watching the inflation numbers for this month extremely closely, because if they stay high, then it's going to mean a massive pullout from bonds. Here's the financial advice I am comfortable giving you. Don't invest a single thing in bonds. You shouldn't own one bond of anything, because however much you have in bonds, it's not going to be as much as inflation devalues it. There's no reason for you to own bonds at all. And beyond that, if you're comfortable waiting for like the long term, I think gold is really good. I think that's going to go up pretty dramatically. And it could go up pretty dramatically either after the crypto collapse, which I think will come eventually. I don't know, it could take months, could take years. But it will happen. Oh, great, I'm coming up to the mall. I hate this part.
Ropeburn was meant to be meeting his little friend in the atrium, right? Well, it should be just ahead of you.
And in the short term, there's a bunch of like solid, good investments that I think you can make. I think investing in like lithium stuff is going to be really useful.
Damn chatter's gone wild.
Since,
Get out of
you
there.
know, if we're going to be making all electric cars in the next few years, then all of the batteries and stuff that powers that is going to be useful.
Shit. Sorry, Dave.
Don't kill me! Don't do it.
Climb up towards the upper levels.
Send the guy a few questions. He's only been on Facebook since 2019. Didn't look at his Facebook profile and the pictures he has, which was stupid of me. Well, just because he hasn't been on Facebook, like, doesn't... That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like, I barely use my Facebook.
You gotta get to the roof, Faith. Wall's got some support structures and maintenance areas at the top. There should be a way out up there. You think Ropeburn set you up? Keep going. Get higher, Faith.
Searching Sector 12. No sign of Roger. Proceed to lockdown area.
Don't worry about it, man. It's not... It's... Stuff like that is... It is... Stuff like that has fooled some of the most brilliant people who ever lived. Right? It happens, you know? You want to make money. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to see... Right now, there's... There's millions and millions of people who watch their wacky friends, you know, they're sort of nuts, wacky friends invest in Dogecoin. Crap, where's the other one? They invested in Dogecoin or Bitcoin, you know, and now they're millionaires. And people are like, wow, why didn't I do that when I had the chance, right? I could have invested in Bitcoin, you know, 5 years ago. I could have invested in Dogecoin 6 months ago, and I didn't do that
According to Drake, there should be
because I didn't have any money, but also because I don't believe in the underlying investment. And so what that's doing is it's fueling the brains of me and you and tens of millions of other people who are like, man, I missed out. I could have been set, and I didn't do it. And,
should be one
you know,
last
and
door
that's
and you're
fine.
out of there.
But I also think that sort of same thinking on their behalf is going to grow up to...
But I think I know someone who does.
is going to go up to a serious problem, and I think that's going to end up being I think that same thinking, yeah, it worked with Bitcoin, yeah, it worked with Dogecoin, but in the long run it's going to be unsustainable and it's going to cause a massive crash. What's the website? Whisper it to me.
Nice of you to drop by.
A little bit of persuasion. Ropeburn was pretty chatty. Told me about his meeting with Pope's killer at the mall.
And you're thanking me, right?
When I got there, guess who was waiting for me?
No idea, Faith. I'll just go there for the pretzels.
Bad case of the blues. You wouldn't
And then tell me exactly how you knew him. Like, what context did you know him in? Was this just some guy who went to college with you? Or was this like a roommate, like someone you actually knew?
You did. Don't you think I would have just killed you myself?
You're right. A creep like you couldn't.
Now, don't be like that.
Ropeburn's dead.
I'm impressed.
Wasn't me.
You need to be careful who you hang around with.
I learned that a long time.
And yet, here we are again. But I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cut this little meeting short. Places to be. You know how it is. Try not to get you
ask?
Been seeing their name around. In Ropeburn's office.
Somewhere else.
Distinctive logo. Getting anything?
Just what you'd expect. Lawns, fencing, armored cars, private security. Oh, and they secure our whole world.
Where are they based?
A few offices around town. Just got a new place down near the docks.
Give me some coordinates.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Head toward the building with the big stupid dog symbol. Loading bay should be a way in.
Crap. I can only do this on the cutscenes. Which sort of sucks because I am actually looking at the website now, and I really do want to dig into this because this is really interesting. It's a very professionally made website.
Careful. They could...
Okay, sorry, I do have to focus for this next bit. I've died, like, every time that I've gotten here recently. Alright, it is time to ultimate sniper duel. Dot 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 dot. Last guy. Oh man, he's really in. Get wrecked! Let's go! Almost to the top. Okay, technically I only know him because he found me through the group I'm in, and if you will, groups is a place to find people wanting this because you're going to be a time to find houses sold. Okay, so it sounds like he was trolling through realtor groups and found you. Most realtors only last 5 years, they don't build so on average 5 to 10 houses a year. That's decent amount of money, but you have to live off of money from those houses that you're. Like, that's why I think your digital, like, marketing pitch can be really huge. You know, you can tell people, like, hey, you pay for digital marketing in this space, right? And if you get even, like, 2 additional houses a year, that's huge for these people, right? Like, that's massive. You know? That's exactly what they want to hear, you know? You can say, hey, you'll get, you know, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, whatever views.
There should be a way through beyond the conveyor.
And out of those views, like, you'll get 1 or 2 clients. And that's, like, you know, that right there will be enough to get people to sign up. Like, what do they say on Shark Tank? It's like, show me the numbers. And if you can find numbers, like, demonstrating that, where you say, hey, like, this is the kind of, you know, this is the kind of increase in your sales which you'll see, there is going to be a lot of people who are going to be very excited to hear that. You know, don't overpromise. Don't be like, oh yeah, I'll double your sales or I'll triple your sales or whatever. But find the numbers and say, hey, you know, I can give you this many interactions with people in your area who are looking to buy houses. And, you know, I can give you the list of everyone who clicks on the link. And at that point, like, you know, you can call them, you can do what you want,
Somewhere
and
below you.
maybe you'll get 2-3 clients out of that. And that's a huge deal for them. You know, it sounds like you know the numbers pretty decent. So I would, you know, don't be afraid to use them. You know, use them as your weapon. Nice. I always hate that jump. It's like high risk. But there's no other way to do it. Alright, this cutscene's pretty long, so I'll have some actual time to look at the website. And more importantly, I want to see, like, reviews of the website. Oh. Oh.
Jackpot. Think I found the nerve center murder. Could be some kind of training room. Drake.
What are they training them for? You mean there's something left in the city they haven't managed to tax, ban, or regulate? What the hell's left, huh?
Us. Merc, get your gun.
You know that's never too far away. Why?
This training, Merc. This Project Icarus, Pirandello Kruger, they're not here to bolster the police. They're being trained to come after us. After the runners. All the runners. Everything okay up there?
White as grave. Just me, birds, and the best black market surveillance equipment money can buy.
It's him.
Him?
The guy I saw at the mall. Just seen him on a camera. On the deck of a boat at the
Look,
docks.
Faith, you've done enough. Right now it seems you're sitting in a lion's den. So please, all ass out of there. Chatter's gone berserk. Blues know you're there. Get out now.
Oh, shit.
Ah. I think that this is the best addition to the game, by the way, is these runners behind you, because you always feel the tension of, like, man, are they right behind me? How close are they? What's the deal? You know, even when they're, like, ways away, you always feel their presence at your back, and that's, I think, a great way of adding pressure and competition to the game. Thank you. Very convenient of you. Run, 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 run.
Go, go, go!
He's yelling to the people behind me, which sort of sucks.
There's some train tracks up ahead of you. Could be a way out.
And crazy jump. Let's go.
Get directions from a face. Get out of there.
I think this should just drop off immediately. Right?
Nice work.
I'm gonna look at the
Try and
website.
get the word out on the network about Icarus. Warn the other runners. go just charging in there recklessly, kiddo.
That's Pope's killer, Merc.
Yeah, well, there might be more heat out there. It's too risky to try to get to the boat by foot. You'll be spotted for sure. There must be some way to slip in undercover. Sounds like it's time for a little stowaway action, Faith. Quick, before it goes.
Yeah, I'm on the way.
What the hell is in this boat anyway?
No idea. Could be munitions, I guess. Might be to do with this Project Icarus. Look, head straight for the deck if that's where you saw this guy. Once you found your killer, get some answers and get out fast. Lots of blue traffic in the area, so get ready for a fight.
The trial of Kate Connors is likely to take place in the next few hours. As usual, City Eye Channel News will be first on the scene with the results as soon as they're announced.
Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Okay, so this is how the Forex market works. The Forex market basically trades currency. And what it has just said is that they use a 1 to 100 leverage, which is actually possible, right? That's like theoretically possible, sure. And yeah, you can make tons of money off of that, right? But 1 to 100 leverage means, let's say, crap, I'm stupid. 1 to 100 leverage is basically a deal made on margin. So here's the best way I can think of to explain that. Let's say you go bet $100 at Kentucky Derby. You're really certain that the trade you make is going to work, so you go bet $100. And someone comes up, hey, would you like to bet at 1 to 100 margin? You say, sure, because they say, well, how much can I make with that? Well, you can make 100 times your investment. Okay, cool. So if the bid wins because of the $100 I put in, then I can make $100,000. Yes, that's... I think I did the zeros right. Yeah, that's how it works. But the reverse is also true. If you bid $100 and you lose that money, then you don't lose $100. You lose $100,000 that you're on the hook for. Which is why only the best traders in the world trade at margins like that. It's highly unregulated. And I can't tell you for sure whether or not this thing is legit or not. There is one thing I can absolutely tell you for sure. Crap. Where's this guy? Why didn't it shoot? What just... Oh, okay, so I hate this. I dropped the gun, and I went to get the other gun. And what happened was, instead of picking up the other gun, which I know I was in the right position for, I picked up the same gun I had just used. And it was out of ammo, which is why I immediately died, which feels really bad. So, yeah, that feels super bad. I died there really stupidly. Before I start, I'm going to explain this. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to the website, and then I want you to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. Because the website is pretty well made. I want you to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page where it says 24 Traders Market in the media. Okay? And then let me know when you've done that. Okay. Scroll 3 to the one that says Market Watch. Okay. I know Market Watch. Market Watch is basically a news agency that gives financial news. It's basically similar to Bloomberg or Fox News. It's not like Fox News, but it's like, think of it like CNN for Wall Street. Okay, and I want to say this very clearly. I know MarketWatch very well, and there is absolutely no circumstances whatsoever on which MarketWatch would ever endorse a company. Any company of any kind. They would never, ever, ever do it. So I can tell you, without a fraction of a doubt, that this ad coming from MarketWatch is absolutely fake. Notice also that when you click on it, there is no link. There are no links to any of these stories that these companies supposedly wrote. Okay? So just based on this, I can tell you, unfortunately, that this is a scam. It's a very well-made website. But it's pretty easy to make a website like this. And it's easy to make fake testimonials and write something up. And, that's what it is. Either this is a completely fake scam website and they just take your money and keep it, or more likely it's a Ponzi scheme where, yes, you'll see returns in the first couple of weeks, but they are paying you because of new people who are joining the accounts and putting in money. So they are paying you with other people's money. That is, unfortunately, the case behind this deal. And hey, I completely feel it. I completely get the idea of saying, I don't want to miss out on the next big thing. I don't want to miss out on these nice opportunities. And so I understand the impulse to sign up with one of these companies. But I can absolutely guarantee you it's a scam and they will take your money. And, I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm going to type a... So, I'm going to let you know sort of... I'm going to... I don't know if I can actually type a website. Can I type a website into chat? Yeah. I'm going to... Here. I'm going to copy and paste a website link into chat. And this is a website that sort of explains some of the different scams that can be run off of the Forex trading market. Unfortunately, this one is a scam. I'm sorry to let you know, but I hope, there are other really good, there are good places to invest your money that can make you decent sized returns. But this is not one of them, unfortunately. So I hope I was able to help out in that sense. I'm going to break for an hour or two to get some Mountain Dew and get some dinner and sort of refuel, and then I'll be back at it because that death was absolute trash. But yes, that is that is the deal, and it's unfortunate, but I'm glad I was able to sort of help you catch that, and now and that's the best I can do. So I'm sorry to have to be the one to inform you, but I'm glad I was able to help you catch that. And hey, and with a little bit of training and with a little bit of study and research, you can build awesome websites just as good as this, except they'll actually be real, and you'll be able to make actual money off of them. So what it sounds like to me is and there's tons of other options. Like I said, I think gold is going to go up. If you want to go for the most basic option of all, you can just invest in an ETF which just trades the Dow Jones, and that's going to be fine. But the best advice I can give you is just do it yourself. Get Robinhood and find some good investments to invest yourself. And hey, everyone thinks the stock market is rocket science. Just don't do anything crazy risky, and chances are you're probably going to make a decent bit of money. Are you going to make 10% a day? No, absolutely no chance. Are you going to make 10% a month? Probably not. But you can take that nest egg of yours and you can grow it, and by the time you're 65, you're going to have easily enough to retire on, if not way more. And that's, you know, I think that's the move to, I think that's the move to make. So, you know, I'm sorry about that. That's what I'm gonna do when I start making some money. But, you know, if not, I'm trying to think of a good. If you want to make some money soon, I think the oil market is going to move the fastest and the shortest, because we're about to see demand rebound in a lot of different places. So I think right now the price of oil is like $65, $64. If you invest in something, I think it could go up to 80, and that's a pretty nice, decent investment in a short amount of time. So, you know, for me, if I make 15% or 20% on an investment after like a couple months, then that, for me, that's like a job well done. And I think that's probably the likeliest short-term bet that I can see. Of course, you know, if the financial collapse does happen the way I think it is, then I've sort of set up my parents to make a decent bit of money and survive because of that. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to go grab a Mountain Dew. I'll be back in like an hour and a half. I will see you then. All right? Thanks.